"Go ye into all the world and preach the Gospels." Multiculturalism by Dictionary.com states that the various cultures in a society merit equal respect and scholarly interest. It became a significant force in American society in the 1970s and the 1980s as Africans, Latinos, and other ethnic groups explored their own history. Multiculturalism, in my opinion, is that we are all the same and of all races, just different in how God made us. In the many countries, it describes the existence, the acceptance, or promotion of multicultural traditions within a single jurisdiction. Multiculturalism in the classroom can go in many directions, from having students from all different parts of the world to speaking different languages, all in the same classroom. Cherry and James Banks stated, "One of the most prevalent of these misconceptions is that the integration of content about diverse culture, ethnic, and racial groups into the mainstream curriculum is both its essence and its totality. In the classroom today, it seems like that teachers are warned before their students come into the classroom. Maybe if they're African American, Hispanic, Asian, Alaskan, Brazilian, or just white. Their different abilities and attitudes in school are based on this. Why should this happen? And for what cause? Should the students be questioned on their abilities just by the way they look, by where they come from, by the way they sound? No. God gave every child a different mindset, a different learning style, and a different ability to be able to learn. A teacher's job is to adapt to their students' learning style and know how to manage and teach them from their view of learning. The students should not have to adapt to our culture just because their culture is different than ours. The teacher should be adapting to the students, not the students to the teachers." James A. Salter has said that multiculturalism then is or should be an awareness that other cultures do exist, have a right to exist, and do not have to conform to ours to be acceptable. Acceptance is one of the many keys in teaching. If the students did not feel like they are accepted, they will not want to learn. How can they? Acceptance for a child is everything. They want to know that they are loved and that they are cared for, especially if they don't get it at home. From all the diverse cultures in the world, there are many that don't get love at home, and they come to school just to receive that. So why should the teachers be based their teaching curriculums on how they look and where they come from? They are based on what the child can learn and what the child needs them for. IEP stated that cultural diversity has been present in societies for a long time, but it has not been used to describe a culturally diverse society, but also to refer to a kind of policy that aims at protecting cultural diversity. Multiculturalism centers on the thought and political philosopher about the way to respond to culture and religious differences. In the classroom, diversity is all about the world and all about different classrooms. Africa, Japan, Alaska, Mexico, Brazil, Italy, and to the USA, students from different cultures, backgrounds, and environments are used to know what they know and what they have been taught. In the classroom, the children are thrown into different cultures all at once. They are told to make friends, to see how they can just learn, how they can be taught. If they can adapt to this new environment, then the teachers have a high standard to achieve. The teachers are what make the classroom. The students are there to learn. In Matthew 28:19, God says, "Go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit." Being a teacher of diverse students is not a challenge. It is a blessing in disguise. Wherever the Lord leads us to be Christian or public school teachers, we are made and taught to adapt to our students and teach them by how they will learn in their very best way. Multiculturalism simply is diversity. Just how God created diversity in the Tower of Babel in Genesis, showering our students with love and academics is what they need, and that is what we as teachers can accomplish if we use our greatest gifts, the Lord and the wisdom that He has given us. If we ask, the Lord will help us. The Lord wants us to be able to teach these precious children that He has made for us to teach. We can do anything with the Lord.